Now you, the British people, are being gaslit. You are being lied to. While the people always sensed there was something unusual about the Southport atrocities ever since that fateful day, the authorities have hid behind legal processes and bureaucracies. Yesterday, Keir Starmer admitted that he knew the details about Axel Ruda-Cabana's background long before they came out. Check out this clip.
Yes, I knew the details as they were emerging. That is the usual practice in a case such as this. But you know and I know that it would not have been right to disclose those details.
But this is not consistent with Keir Starmer's previous actions. During the 2017 Finsbury Park terror attack, Starmer called it a terror attack before terrorism charges had been announced.
Once the emblem of Labour's pride, those illustrious days now feel like a distant echo. It's akin to witnessing a star athlete lose their prowess entirely. Upon arriving in Southport, the Labour leader anticipated a cordial welcome but was met with an unforeseen reality check. The tragic murder of 3 young...
Outside our street, Prime Minister. How many more children? How many more children, Prime Minister? Are we going to do something? Time for change, Starmer. Come on, needed. How many more children? Is it mine next?
Girls in Southport stands as a harrowing chapter in our history. Words fall short in conveying the sheer brutality of this horror. Prime Minister Keir Starmer, in his speech following the guilty plea of Axel Ruda-Cabana for the murders, expressed profound horror at the systemic failures that permitted the attack and highlighted the evolving terrorist threat in Britain. He acknowledged the deep grief of the victims' families and emphasized the tragedy as a pivotal moment for systemic change to protect citizens. Starmer identified shortcomings within the PREVENT program and stressed the necessity for a thorough examination of counter-extremism systems. Recognizing the changing nature of terrorism, often driven by lone actors inspired by violent online content, he called for reforms in laws and state institutions, pledging that no aspect of the inquiry would be overlooked. Starmer committed to transparency and decisive action to prevent such failures, aiming to restore public trust and honor the victims by ensuring substantial and lasting change. The Sun.co.uk. As Starmer began his address, the atmosphere shifted. It was as though the room's energy had been sapped. Attendees fidgeted, exchanging glances that silently questioned, "Is this truly happening?" The reaction was palpable: disbelief, disappointment, and mounting frustration. Having attended numerous Labour events in Southport during Jeremy Corbyn's leadership, the contrast was stark. Back then, audiences were captivated by every word. With Starmer, it felt like watching a comedian falter on stage, each line met with awkward silence instead of applause. Labour MPs appeared eager to vanish. One nearly hid behind his notepad, while another was engrossed in her phone as if it were a lifeline. Their expressions conveyed it all: this was a debacle. You're likely asking, what did Starmer say to elicit such a response? He delved into his economic policies, confident he was delivering a masterclass. To the audience, it was as if he spoke in a foreign tongue. The disconnect was glaring. Faces reflected confusion rather than conviction. Then, it happened. The first resounding boo. It was as if a dam had burst. Starmer was in the midst of explaining how his economic plan would rescue the country when a voice from the back let out a loud, unmistakable boo, echoing the sentiments of the entire room. From that moment, the floodgates opened. Every other sentence was met with groans, boos, and people simply getting up and leaving. The mood shifted from uneasy to outright hostile. You could feel the disappointment hanging in the air. But the most striking part: Starmer's face. He looked genuinely stunned, as if it had never crossed his mind that his own supporters would turn against him.
Like this video and subscribe my channel for latest political updates.
One thing is clear: the party's future has never looked more uncertain. If you found this analysis insightful, please like this video and subscribe to our channel for the latest political updates. Your support means a lot to us. Thank you.